This one hopefully is going to be full of reading. My spaghetti is depressing, my hormones are soup. She's so pretty. Honestly, I don't know if it's me or the book.
A single leg via except.
It is time for the great Costco haul of 2025. Are editors even editors anymore, or are they just like random people off the street? So just before we get into this week's vlog, I would like to introduce you to the sponsor of today's video, which is Ana Luisa. If you guys are unaware of Ana Luisa, they are a sustainable jewelry brand that bring you a little bit of daily luxury at affordable prices. So you are about to see, not only throughout the course of this vlog, but if you are familiar with my channel, you will see how much I truly live in my Ana Luisa jewelry. One thing that I love about Ana Luisa is the versatility of their pieces. You can have one or two Ana Luisa pieces that you can wear with a t-shirt like this casually to just add a little bit of something that draws the eye, but then you can equally wear those same pieces with evening wear, or if you're going out for drinks with your friends, to achieve a completely different look but using the same pieces of jewelry. Something that I have loved doing recently, like one of my favorite ways of wearing my Ana Luisa jewelry, is the way that I'm wearing it today, like especially the necklaces, which you will also see later on in this vlog when I am going to a festival. I have been pairing two of my chunkiest pieces, which is this like T-bar heart-shaped necklace and this thick chunky chain, with two of my favorite Ana Luisa necklaces, which is my Zodiac one and my initial one. In my ears right now, I am loving Huggy Hoops. Huggy Hoops constantly. I've added a simple ear cuff from Ana Luisa today as well as the one of the newer pieces I have from them, which is these mini Huggy Hoops. As I mentioned earlier, Ana Luisa are extremely affordable, but they also have different options for you depending on your budget. So down the lower end of the price points, we have gold plated jewelry. They mainly specialize in gold. There's only a little bit of silver available, which is fine by me because affordable gold is definitely something I need in my life. But if you're looking for a very special piece for gifting, they do also have solid gold pieces and also diamond and like precious stone pieces, with the diamonds actually being lab grown, so they do not damage the environment or contribute to the damage of the environment through unethical and harmful diamond mining practices. So if you guys would like to check out Ana Luisa for yourself, maybe pick up something a little special, a little sparkly for either you or a friend, you can go ahead and click on the link at the top of my description box and shop the full Ana Luisa range. Once again, a big thank you to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video. Oh my god, hi! How you doing? Welcome in to the vlog. This one hopefully is going to be full of reading. That being said, full disclosure, I am coming off the back of just finishing filming the last episode of Shelve It or Scrap It and also reading Ruin by John Gwynne, which I have right here because I was just talking about it. And that week I read 5 books in that week, 5.5 books in that week actually. So I'm kind of not in reading mode right now, and that's not good. We really need to get back there because the aim of the game this week is to catch the fuck up. So you know when I did my May TBR and I was like, these are all the books that I should have read and I have not read them. I still haven't read them. I have read 3 of them. Jesus. Don't even know if you guys heard that. It was literally just a little tub, like a sealed tub of paper clips falling off the shelf, but I thought it was a smash. My heart was in my throat. But I read 3 of the books, I think, that were in my TBR. I read the Wheel of Time one, I've read the Catch Up Book Club one, I've read the Arc. Now I have all of the Patreon stuff, so we're going to dedicate a week to chipping through as much of that pile as possible. Like, bop, 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 bop. Like, that is what we want to do right now. Am I going to do it? That is debatable because after last week, I really don't want to push it. I don't want to be in that zone because the day that I decided, if you haven't watched last week's vlog, go watch last week's vlog. But the day that I decided that I wasn't going to get Shelve It or Scrap It up on the day that I wanted to, I walked right into the living room and Curtis looked at me and was like, stop this right now. It's giving 2020. I was like, you are not wrong. And we all remember, well, maybe we don't. If you don't remember, there was an epic breakdown of 2022 where I pushed myself to the limit. We don't want to revisit that again. I just need to chill and take it down a notch. But honestly, I don't have as much like general editing to do this week. I don't have an appointment every day like I had last week, although I do have something fun happening at the weekend. So hopefully we can still achieve what we want to, but without pushing to the edge. So the first book that I'm going to be tackling in this vlog, I'm hoping to read, I don't know if I want to read my book club book throughout the week or whether I want to just like blast through it as fast as possible. But the first one anyway is one that I've already started, and that is Burned by Sarah Shepherd. So I do have like an unofficial buddy read that happens on my Patreon, where every month during the 24-hour readathon, we read a book in the Pretty Little Liars series. During the last 24-hour readathon though, like I think I was working on Shelve It or Scrap It or the Romantasy rundown. So I was really locked into that, and I only managed to get through 15% of Burned. So I'm now looking to pick it back up and finish it, because the next 24-hour readathon is this coming weekend, and that means that I'm going to be wanting to pick up book 13. But if you guys are unfamiliar with the Pretty Little Liars series, it is a young adult mystery series where we are following a group of girls whose friend went missing a couple of years ago, and they have drifted apart because she was the glue that was holding them together. And when they start to receive a series of anonymous threatening text messages, they kind of come back together to try and get to the bottom of who is blackmailing them. So obviously I'm 12 books deep. I would not even recommend this series, if I'm being honest. If you are about the same age as me, or if you are a fan of the Pretty Little Liars TV show, I'd recommend giving them a try. But generally they're so full of like outdated content and like toxic behaviors that we all kind of accepted in the early 2000s, or early to mid 2000s, I guess, like the mid noughties to like the mid 2010s, that I wouldn't really recommend them unless you have some sort of prior attachment to them or to the era like I do. But I just find them to be really fun, quick, easy palate cleansers, and maybe coming down off last week, that is exactly what I need. So my workday is just about wrapping up. I'm just uploading a video that I have filmed and I have edited in its entirety today, and I've scheduled the last episode of Shelve It or Scrap It. So I'm going to send this video off to the sponsor, and then I'm going to make dinner, get my workout in, then it's Tuesday, so it's Lorcana night with Curtis. So not much reading to be done today, but that's fine. We're going to be okay with it. And let's go rock. Yeah. So to play Pumba, and I will pay 2. Oh, I should have done this first. Put the king, in the Pride Lands, which means I get an extra 2 health. And then I will quest with Simba, Nala, and Simba. Again. I'm going to very politely and humbly request a do-over on this vlog, please. I was going to delete the entire thing and just start again, which in the history of my channel is something that I have never done. But we did start this week with good intentions. We started this vlog strong. The problem is that I haven't achieved a single thing since then. My spaghetti is depressing, my hormones are soup, and the last 2 days have been a write-off. So I've deleted all of the footage, which honestly wasn't very much. Did an out of focus coffee haul, and then I made a coffee. That's it. That's all we've had from the last 2 days. I've read like maybe 30% of Pretty Little Liars, and it's a 280 page book, so that is truly like not very much. I have just been kind of like sleepy and out of it for the last couple of days. It happens from time to time. So we're just going to pretend that the last 2 days have not happened. I'm not feeling 100% right now, but I am going into a weekend where I have a 24-hour readathon on Patreon starting tonight. I also have a live show after that ends tomorrow with Sandra and a couple of other people to discuss like subscription boxes just in general. I'll link that if you missed it. So I've got a lot going on, and then I am going out all day on Sunday. If I'm being honest, I'm not 100% or even like 50% feeling up to any of it. But the show must go on, and I am hoping that I can get back on track and get some reading done, because I'm not reading because that's what I want to do. I'm not prioritizing other things. I have watched a bit of TV, so I finished the season 2 of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives on Wednesday. Loved it. Amazing. And I did that because I wanted to, but aside from that, it's not that I've been doing things that I want to. I haven't been watching TV or playing games or having a good time instead of reading. I've truly been doing nothing. I spent a good portion of yesterday afternoon lying on the floor. So it's not from a lack of desire, it's from a lack of energy and will to do anything. So we're going to try and get back on track, probably starting off with sprints this evening. The only thing worthwhile in the footage that I deleted is that I did tell you guys that I'd been to the library to pick up A Memory of Light by Robert Jordan and that I had started it. This is the final book in the Wheel of Time series, guys. Can you believe it? Like, we're nearly there. I'm so excited for this to be over. I am a little bit further into this than the bookmark says, because it says I'm on chapter 1. I think I might be on chapter 3 or 4, but I am listening to the audiobook of that and chipping away because I think from, what day did I start it? Maybe Monday or Tuesday. I had to listen to an hour a day to be able to be on track for the live show, which is going to be on the 8th of June. And I am not. I've fallen behind the last couple of days, so I'm already playing catch up, which when we're talking about a 1,000 page book is not ideal. So we'll have to remedy that at some point as well, but I don't know, shit happens. What are we going to do about it? And if you guys are unfamiliar with Wheel of Time as well, I would recommend that you stay unfamiliar with Wheel of Time, but in case you want to know, I'll let you know a little bit about what it's about. It is an adult epic fantasy series, a very well known, very well loved one, which follows a classic struggle between the forces of light and dark. And the premise of this world is that in every age, so like the wheel keeps turning around and around, and every turn is like an age. And in each age, the same things happen over and over again. And there are a handful of people who have the ability to alter the weave of the world, so to alter this pattern of events that keeps repeating. And in this series, we are following this age's Dragon Reborn, who is the most pivotal figure in the battle between light and dark, as well as a handful of Tarvaren, who are those people who are able to edit the weave of the world as they hopefully tip the scales, the balance of the scales towards the light for good. This series definitely has good points. There's good things about it, but I personally, at this point, going into the final book, if you asked me if Wheel of Time is worth it, I would say that the good parts don't outweigh the bad parts, the boring parts, the parts that are hard to get through, the sometimes irritating and definitely repetitive writing style. Like, I honestly don't think it's worth it, but at this point, like, I'm too far in to give up now. So we'll see the last book out. So I'm not going to finish this week. I'm not going to finish it next week. I do have to finish it the week after though. So wish me luck. And my goal for right now is to definitely finish Burn today. I should have had it finished days ago. And then I'm going to be moving on to my Patreon book club read, which I will tell you guys a little bit about when I get there. I hope throughout the course of this vlog with this semi-fresh start we're getting that I do start to feel a little bit better. Because this is 95% hormone related, I'm sure I will feel better within like the next 4 days. But until then, we're going to be riding it out. You know shit's bad if I'm wearing this hoodie as well. This hoodie is a double XL that I got the first time that I went to New York in 2014. So it's like 11 years old. It's always been too big for me. So it's the kind of thing that I put on when like I really just want to rot. And as well as that, it's been through the wash so many times that the dye is like washed out of it in places. It's really patchy and it has orange spots all over it. To be fair, I didn't put this on this morning because I intended to rot. I actually like got myself a little bit ready for the day, a smidge of makeup, and I mean, this is definitely depression hair for sure, but whatever. But it's actually kind of cold and I'm annoyed. Tangent, but I did have a bath on Wednesday specifically to shave my legs because on Monday and Tuesday it was really warm and I wanted to wear shorts, and then as soon as I've shaved my legs it's too cold. So here we are, rotting in my depression hoodie as I edit the last 30 minutes of footage for last week's vlog. I've done it, guys. I finished a book. I knew that today was going to be the day of all the days in this week that has been a month, that has been a year, that's been whatever, that I actually managed to accomplish something. I mean, it is book 12 in a series, so I can't really tell you too much about it, but I guess I can compare it to the rest of the series. The Pretty Little Liars series was originally just supposed to be 8 books, and I actually only found out about this when I got to the end of book 8, and in the acknowledgements, Sarah Shepherd like thanks everyone for reading the series and being a fan and supporting it. And I don't know why this happened because I'm pretty sure book 9 was released in the same year that the TV show started, but she signed up for another 8 books. And the plot, while everything's a little bit ridiculous and a little bit overwrought and It's a little bit of a stretch. The last 4 books have been a little bit ridiculous on that front because every book they have a new person that they suspect is A. And in this book in particular, it was fine. Like the person was semi-believable to be the person that could be A. But in the last book, it was ridiculous. I was like, did you stretch before you reached that far? Because damn, like what are we even doing right now? This makes literally no sense. And because we've had a different suspect for A in every single book, it's got to the point now where I knew that the person that they thought was A in this one wasn't A, because why would it be A? It's never A. You're just picking random people and being like, oh, it's this person because they're here right now. And it's like, no. And then every book, the attentions are on a different person, and none of these people are the people who are actually responsible for terrorizing them. I do have my suspicions of who I think it is though, and I'm very interested to see when I get to the end of the series if I'm correct, but I still think that they're very entertaining, they're very quick, and I actually really like Sarah Shepard's writing style, even though I think the plot's a little bit derailed at this point. So I am still happy to continue, and I hope that I'm right when I get to the end. That's actually kind of driving me onwards to see if my theories are right. But I ended up giving this one 3 stars. I've given them all 3 or 4 stars. They're all super entertaining, fun and fast. Some of them are actually just genuinely a little bit better than others, and this one was just like, it was one of the better ones of the last 4 that I've read, but it's not as good as some of the ones that I read from like the first 8. So that one is done. And as we are now in my May 24-hour readathon, I should be picking up the next book soon, which is Crushed. But the prompt that I have for this readathon, because every 24-hour readathon has a prompt generated by a Bookopoly board. The prompt for this one is purple books. And it actually kind of worked out that I ended up not reading anything for the last few days, because I was going to start a purple book on like Tuesday when I anticipated finishing Burned. And when I got this prompt for the readathon, I was like, okay, no, I need to push it back, and I just wouldn't have been able to fit another full-size book in between Burned and the book I'm about to start right now, which is Lady of Ashes by Melissa K. Rorich. And this one is actually my Patreon book club book for March and April, so I am behind, but I actually think, aside from the Patreon picks, or I'm hoping to read 1 or 2 in this vlog as well, this is the last book that I need to read to not be officially like horrifically behind on everything. So I'm feeling kind of good about that. Like, I'm chipping away at Wheel of Time. I may end up behind very soon when it comes to that book, but generally, aside from that, after this book I will be on top of all of my book clubs and feeling a lot less stressed and behind than I was a couple of weeks ago. So this one is the 3rd book in the Lady of Darkness series, which is a series that's very reminiscent of Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. It has a ton of comparisons that can be drawn to Throne of Glass, but it is following a assassin who is estranged from the Assassin Lord now, and she lives on this like noble's estate, but the Assassin Lord tries to get her back into the fold by offering her a job that she can't refuse, because if she completes it, he will then give her access to the Fae Fire Prince that was responsible for the death of her mother. This is a fantasy romance series, so there is a very prominent romance throughout the entire thing, starting in book 1. It's not as like refined and polished as like Throne of Glass. Like, it's a little bit messy, there's threads all over the place. If you thought Selena Sardothian was irritating, don't even come near this series, because the main character in this, Scarlet, is the worst. Like, actually the worst. So selfish. She's like stringing people along left, right and center, manipulating people to her own whims, but like being really self-righteous about it. When they're mad, she's like, well, I had to do it because of this. She's actually the worst, and I really don't like her. I believe she gets better as the series goes on, and I also believe that the series gets better as it goes on, because I think I've given the first 2 books, did I give them 3 or 4 stars? They're really enjoyable. They're written in a way that's really familiar to me when it comes to like the romantasy genre, so they're really comfortable for me to read, and I love the process of reading them. But they're just so similar to Sarah J. Maas in a lot of ways that until they become a little bit more unique, I can't really rate them any higher than I have been. Like, there's not a 5-star in this series so far, but I have heard from my comments that book 3 is where the series comes into its own a little bit more, so I am excited about that. And actually, I've edited my vlog, like my regular weekly reading vlog that had Ruin in it this morning. Editing that and seeing like my reactions and my thoughts about that book, I am so excited to be getting into a sequel right now and reading a book that's like right in the middle of a series, because that's where I want to be. Like, I want to be in the middle of something, getting stuck into something and building upon things that I've read in the past, which, I mean, I have just read book 12 in a series, but it's not the same when it's not fantasy, you know, especially because, like I said, we've lost the plot in Pretty Little Liars. We're just like pointing fingers at everyone now just for shits and giggles. Hopefully that's not happening in Lady of Ashes. What are we playing today?
Your record store day release.
Which is
A Day to Remember.
Day to Remember, all the killer B-sides ahead of seeing them tomorrow. Well, I will. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right, ready. Right, let's go. I'm not very good at this because my nails aren't sharp. There we go.
Teeth marks on the sleeve.
You used to have like an official tool for this.
No. Oh, I remember using a knife.
Oh, do I have lyrics? I do.
We take our little protector off the toenail. She's not played a record in a long time, so.
I know how to use a
That's how we do
turntable.
it.
Just don't know how to use this one. My fingers aren't long enough to grab the middle in this. Orange. I thought it was more exciting than this.
And then this little guy goes down.
So while we're on the topic of records, actually, I did order this last week from Slam Dunk, coincidentally, which if you don't know what Slam Dunk is, it is a 2-day festival in the UK, or I guess technically it's a 1-day festival because it's the same 1-day festival twice in 2 different locations in the UK. So it's every May bank holiday and it's on the Saturday. So today it is in the south in Hatfield, and on Sunday, tomorrow, it's in Leeds. So I will of course be going to the Leeds one. But they also have like tons of merch, and they also do like indie pressings of pop punk records. I'm so excited about it because this is a throwback. They did have volume 1 as well, but volume 1 I'm not as attached to, but I very distinctly remember listening to this as a teenager and I love it. But it is the Newfound Glory From the Screen to Your Stereo Part 2, which has all of the bops on it. Not only is this just generally the best one that they've done, because they've done 3 now, it's not only the best in terms of how it sounds, it's the best in terms of like the songs included on it, because it has like Kiss Me, Iris, The King of Wishful Thinking, and because it is a Slam Dunk one, it also has a really cool vinyl. I don't know if this is the splatter or the half and half. It's also been recovered to match the newest one they did a few years ago, and the original cover is on the sleeve on the inside. She's so pretty. Honestly, we are going to Slam Dunk in the morning, and my sleeping pattern has been ruined. So I should be going to bed, but apparently I've decided that I want to listen to records. So maybe I'll stick this on because Newfound Glory as well as A Day to Remember are going to be there tomorrow. So I'm not taking my camera with me because I like to travel light to these things. So I thought we would do a quick fit check before I left. These jeans are the Abercrombie ones that I picked up on Vinted a couple of weeks ago for £20, bargain. The top is from ASOS, picked it up a couple of years ago. The strap I actually got for China, never ended up using it. It's really handy actually because I have my sanitizer, my claw clip, my cards are in here, and my phone is attached to it. The good thing is as well is that this still reaches into my pocket. So essentially it's just in case I'm in a pit, my phone comes out of my pocket, still attached to me. Very handy. And then for practicality's sake, I have a Mayday Parade sweatshirt because it is windy. Like the wind is coming like through from the back of the house and it is hitting the back of the house. It's pretty intense. So I think even though it's like 16 degrees today, it is going to feel like 10. So it's going to be a nippy one, especially in a field. So I've got that for the sake of practicality. But anyway, we are running slightly late. I have half an iced coffee to drown in before I go. So I'm going to leave it here and I'll see you on the flip side. Good morning. Yesterday was a little bit of a write-off. It was fine though, because it was not, for the first time this week, or in a week, it was not because I was feeling depressy that it was a write-off. It was just generally the fact that I was out all day Sunday. I did get to the barrier. I went to the main stage at 4:15 and I was on the barrier by 5. So I stood there for about 5 hours and my body took a beating, literally from crowd surfers. It was rough. It was rough at the front, but I hung in there. I was not giving up. So yeah, I was just like very physically tired yesterday. And then because I felt so drained because of my mental health over the last week, and then I haven't really had a day off in like 2 weeks, literally spent all day on the couch. I also lost my Peloton streak on Sunday. 141 day streak gone like that, which is fine because I did challenge myself at the beginning of the year to do the 100-day Peloton challenge, and I knew after the 100 days, it's like I didn't want to stop just because the challenge was over, but I also knew that it wasn't sustainable to be hitting this goal like every single day. So I knew it was going to go, and I thought it was just kind of best that like on a day where I was preoccupied, it kind of just was something I forgot to maintain, which happened, and I'm not too pressed about it, but it is something that did happen. So yesterday I literally spent all day on the couch. I went for a walk with Brie in the evening. That is the only physical activity that I did. We ordered a pizza. I am so glad that I don't drink, because honestly, the 32-plus-year-olds that were at Slam Dunk on Sunday and consumed alcohol, how was your Monday? How was your Monday? Because I had a hangover and I didn't drink. I was the driver. I did not drink. So how was your Monday? Because mine was pretty rough. I was tired as well, but it is, like I said, like it's a cumulative effect from like how I've been feeling over the last week, like kind of building up with this one day that was very draining, that just meant that I needed to take a day out. So I spent all of my day on the couch. I wanted to do a bunch of stuff, like I wanted to play Oblivion or like start a jigsaw, and I just did not have the mental energy to do so. So I spent a lot of time scrolling on my phone. I intended to read quite a bit of my book. I did not, which I'll talk about in a minute. And I watched the Gabby Petito documentary on Netflix, which was good. And then I started Vanderpump Rules because I've been wanting to do this. I wanted to do this last year as well when I watched The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and get into like the Real Housewives kind of area of reality TV, which is one that I have not explored previously. So I thought that Vanderpump Rules was a little bit more accessible for some reason. I also heard that the drama starts like real early on in that, and I've been resistant because I feel like it's a product of its time. So I feel like it's one of those shows that if you weren't there at the time, it seems kind of dated now, and it definitely does seem dated. I thought it was like 2006 based on like how everything was going down. It's 2013, which was a bit of a shock. I did start getting into it though as like the episode progressed. So all I really want to do right now is watch Vanderpump Rules and cross stitch, because I picked up my cross stitch. I finally got the mental capacity to do something, and it was cross stitch. And now, because it's been a while, like I always say, I have a lot of hobbies. I love to craft and I cycle through crafts quite regularly, but I feel like I've been out of one since like Christmas probably. So I'm glad that I've picked up my cross stitch again. It is a Christmas cross stitch that I was supposed to do in 2023 that I never finished, but better late than never. It might be ready for this Christmas, or I might get bored of cross stitch before I finish it again. Who knows? But in terms of reading, because that is predominantly while we're here, you wouldn't have thought it this week, but I am 29%, I think, of the way, 29% into Lady of Ashes, and it's fine. I don't know if it's me or the book. I'm not loving it. I don't want to read it, which isn't great. I am giving myself some grace and giving the book some grace, because I do think that part of it is me. Like I read 5 books in a week last week, which is unusual for me. So obviously I'm going to feel a little bit slumpy this week when I don't have to read, which is also fine and perfectly natural. It is frustrating though, because I want to read. It's like mentally I want to, but then I pick up my book and I'm like, I just can't do this right now. I did have like a little bit of a headache and I was tired yesterday as well, so reading just really wasn't it. But the issue with this book for me is that something really big happens at the end of book 2, and it kind of jumps right into the action in book 3, but everyone is just behaving in the same way. Like they're all posturing and like threatening to fight each other every 10 seconds. And I'm like, can we give it a rest? You're all so boring. It's like when people, when people are trying to present themselves as a badass, but it's not working, like you're not fooled, you're not buying into it. So it doesn't quite come off the way that they, like, I don't think you're a badass. I think you're being a little bit of a fool right now, if I'm being honest. And the fact that everyone's kind of doing it, if it was just one character or it was happening every so often, that would be fine. But I feel like it is happening constantly. Like, that is the only mode that anyone is in right now. Our main character Scarlet is not being as annoying as usual, which, I mean, given the circumstances, makes sense. But it is making her a little bit more tolerable, because I have had my issues with her in the past as the main character, and she, once again, is somebody who postures constantly, and it's like, I'm not buying into it, honey. Like, can we take it down a notch? Because you're really, like, you're a bad bitch, but you're not that bad a bitch. You know, this is like a Fae series, and like a lot of series of this nature, we start off in book one in like the human realms, and as the series progresses, we start to explore further into the world, including the Fae realms. And the Fae realms is like relatively new to this series, and up until this point we have been viewing it through the lens of somebody who is new to that world. But now, because it is a multi-perspective series, and it seems that as the series goes on, the amount of perspectives grow as well, we're kind of thrown in right at the beginning of this book into a perspective as somebody who is very familiar with the intricate workings of the Fae. So it took me a minute to kind of like figure out what was going on, because I was like, this seems like a super jarring reintroduction to this world when it's been a couple of months. So I feel like I've had some teething issues getting into book 3, which is unfortunate, because like I said, the reason why I wanted to pick it up is because I wanted something that was kind of like semi-familiar to like really immerse myself in a world, and that is definitely not how I'm feeling right now. I'm hoping it'll ease up. I mean, I'm 30% in, which to be fair is like 150 pages or something, 170 pages, because it is like a 600 page book. I do normally find the reading experience of this pretty enjoyable. The place where everyone's in right now as well, I'm not a big fan of. Content warnings in here for, there's definitely like mention of sexual assault through the entire thing, but also some torture. And I don't think at this point where I'm at, it's strayed into a part where it feels gratuitous and it's a little bit too much. Like how in the romancy rundown, I wasn't a huge fan of Nectar of the Wicked because I felt like it went too far. I don't feel like this book is at that point yet, but I do think it is towing a line. Take that with a pinch of salt though, because I am feeling like slightly fragile right now, just in general. So it could be me, but yeah, it's not as good as I wanted it to be, but I do think that I am partially responsible for that. So I guess we'll take it slow and easy. I do want to read another book in this vlog, because my God, do I need to read Daughter of the Drowned Empire? It's been far too long at this point. I'm taking the piss. I know I am. So I would like to get through this and another book in this vlog, and we're currently set to be ended on like Thursday, Friday. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, hopefully I get my reading mojo a little bit back. Honestly, like I said, I haven't been feeling as depressy. Like yesterday was the first day where I didn't feel like, ugh, but I don't feel 100%. So it's like I'm fighting myself. I feel like we're getting deeper into this than I intended right now. But like the thing that bugs me about feeling like this when I do is that I feel like I'm fighting myself. Like I enjoy my job. I do. I'm not always enthusiastic to do it. And there are some elements of it that I don't like. I hate sorting out invoices for brand deals and sending emails. Like it's my least favorite thing to do. So I kind of have to psych myself up to do that anyway. But then when you're in a mood where like you have to like, I have to give myself a pep talk and I have to fight myself every step of the way to get anything done. And it is exhausting. Like that is what people mean when they say that depression is exhausting. Like it looks like you're doing nothing, but up here, like you are doing everything. And yeah, it's not fun. The good thing about the place where I am right now with my hormones is that it's predictable. So instead of wasting my time wallowing, being like, oh my God, what's wrong with me? Why do I feel this way? I know why I feel this way. I know it will pass, and I can just kind of ride it out until I feel better on the other side. Unfortunately, it doesn't make riveting vlog content. It doesn't make life riveting for me either. It's kind of really annoying and boring, but it is what it is, and we live with it.
Seconds, and then we rest for 15. We do it one more time. You got it.
It's essentially a single leg V-up, except hold it.
So I'm having a very chilled evening, which I'm very happy about. I've been alternating between reading a little bit of Lady of Ashes and watching Vanderpump Rules. I've watched one episode while I've been cross stitching, and I'm trying to do like 10% of my book to one episode of TV. Bree's not happy because I'm talking. I'm sorry. I don't mean to disturb you, but I just wanted to check in and let you guys know where I'm up to. So I'm 46% of the way through. I'm into it a little bit more now. We've kind of moved past what was happening in the plot at that particular time at the beginning of the book, and I much prefer it now that we're in not necessarily like a new location, but we've moved on from the state that the plot was in at the time where I wasn't really vibing with it. That being said, I still don't know if it's me, because I am just generally feeling a little bit grumpy in life, but nothing's caused it. Well, I mean, hormones have caused it, but nothing has happened, should I say. I'm being not necessarily nitpicky, but things that don't typically bother me as much are bothering me at the minute, and it's just so repetitive. I don't know whether this was as much of an issue with book 1 and 2, or whether it's like more of a book 3 thing, but I just feel like everything's really like accentuated, like repeated and spoken about more than once, so that you really get the point, and it's just a little bit much. Like, I'm sick of hearing about some things with the amount of time that they're repeated and how everyone's making such a big deal about everything all of the time, but I am a little bit more into it than I was before, which is great. I'm still only 46% of the way through though. I really aimed to finish this sooner, but I mean, I'm just on a little bit of a go slow, which is fine. We can't always be super productive and reading at the speed of light like we have. I'm using the royal we. Sometimes things move a little bit faster, sometimes they move a little bit slower, and this week, or whatever we're calling this vlog, the time period that this vlog has spanned, is one where things are moving a little bit slower, and that's fine. So it is 9:43 now, which is kind of almost bedtime if I'm being honest, but tomorrow I just need to finish posting my Patreon bookmarks. I have like 10 postage labels to make, and then I literally just need to put them all in envelopes so I can drop them off at the post office tomorrow before I go to Costco. So I have an appointment in Leeds tomorrow afternoon, which means beforehand I'm going to go to Costco, and then I think after my appointment, which is at like 4:30, we are going to go to Headingley so we can go to Get Baked. I want to try one of their new rhubarb and custard cookies, which hopefully they'll have one in stock, and I might pick up a cinnamon one as well because I keep meaning to try that. And we're going to go and get some dinner from somewhere. There's lots of restaurants around there. We might try Zap Thai, which is like a little bit of a mini chain that I keep meaning to try out, or go to one of the other, like, there's tons of restaurants around there. So it doesn't matter if I stay up a little bit longer, because I'm planning on reading another 4% of this and then watching another episode of Vanderpump, because I've just been so excited to watch it that, I mean, I'm only 2 episodes in and I'm already vibing with it. Like, it is the perfect thing that I need right in this minute. So yeah, well, I've been so excited and I don't have to be up especially early tomorrow. I think I'll stay up just a little bit later to get one more episode in.
Traffic ain't a waste of time when you were there to hold my hand, but I've had it with the 405 since you said I'd missed my last chance. But I know that you've been asking about me.
It is time for the great Costco haul of 2025. We didn't actually get that much. You may not believe me when you see what we got, and we did still manage to spend £160, but it actually is not the most exciting Costco shop that I've ever done in my life. So essentials we were running low on. Dry shampoo. I had one of these, like half of one of these confiscated in China, and then the other one we've almost run out of. I got 2 packs of Nurofen Express. Not really any cheaper at Costco, but while I was there, because I'm running low at home. Probably my favorite thing that we've picked up today, Everything bagels. So these are $4.99, I think, a pack, but they're 2 for 1 at the minute. I don't know if that's all of the time. So there's 6 in each pack, and I think they cost £5 for both packs. So we will probably freeze. I'm gonna say we're definitely gonna freeze 1 bag, but I might freeze these in 2s so I can just get them out when I need them, because 12 bagels is obviously, like, it's quite a lot, and they are dated the 1st of June. One of the main things that I went for, this is a staple that I get every time I go to Costco, Olympus Greek yogurt. Fat-free Greek yogurt is disgusting. Can't convince me otherwise. I do typically prefer a 5% fat, but at Costco, the Costco one I get is 10%. 2 kilos, but it is dated until July, and I've been having a yogurt bowl with like 200 grams of Greek yogurt almost every day, so it won't take me that long to get through it. We also took the cooler with us because, oops, No, it's fine. It's fine. I like to get one of the, you know, like the ready-made Costco meals when we go. And this time I got an Aberdeen Angus beef lasagna. We haven't tried the lasagna before. I'm always a fan, but I don't like making homemade lasagna because it's like the layers, the assembly, like it's a whole thing. So hopefully it's good. I do really like the other pasta dishes I've had from Costco before. Kilo of Lurpak, because it's cheap as fuck at Costco compared to like Tesco, and 500 grams of Philadelphia. I put Philadelphia on everything. I'm having a hot sandwich, a bacon sandwich with Philadelphia is the shit. We also just got 2.2 kilos of chicken breast, so I will probably keep some of these out for dinner this week, and the rest of them we will freeze. We do tend to buy big packs of chicken breast. Like at Tesco you could only get like 950 grams. We tend to buy those anyway and then like split them down into smaller packs, and it is a little bit cheaper to get them from Costco. We actually don't have a massive freezer, but we don't put a lot of things in it aside from like meat, so we have plenty of space if we do buy like a considerable amount of chicken. Curtis got 2 extremely large boxes of Weetos. Honestly, I despise them, but he goes through these things like crazy. The amount of cereal he eats is insane. 3 packs of porcini, mushroom and spinach ravioli, so they're in like one big box, but it's like 3 individual packs. Perfect for quick and easy dinners, which we always love. I say that as though I don't pretty much cook like a full fresh meal every day, but sometimes I don't have time to, you know. This was a 3-pack, but I ate some. I got some Wild West original beef jerky because protein. I also didn't pick up any protein bars this time because they had the ones that Curtis normally gets, which are these grenade ones, and then they have the My Protein wafers and brownies, which they're all right. They're not amazing, so I didn't get any today, but I have had them in the past and I've enjoyed them. But I really like the, is it Bear Bells protein bars? So I'm going to order some of those online. So the only like high protein thing I really got was the jerky. A ridiculously large tub of honey. Y'all know how fast I get through this. I put it in tea. It's actually really good for you, and it also has, honey has like insane healing properties. It's wild. Although if you are going to use it for that, then you should have like medical grade. Curtis got socks, washing machine cleaner, kitchen roll, and then the only other thing I got is a gift for a friend. It's my best friend's birthday on, I think it's Wednesday, but we are going to be meeting up on Monday, and I bought him this massive Mawam selection box because he loves his Mawam, and I thought, why not? I was there, it was there, and it was purchased. So that was all of the Costco stuff, but I did also, as usual, stop by Get Baked on the way home. So Curtis went ham. Like, I wanted the things that I wanted, they actually didn't have in stock. So I'm sad about it, they'd sold out. I wanted a cinnamon roll cookie because I still haven't tried one, and I also wanted the new rhubarb and custard cookie. Sold out of both of those. So I just got a little something to tide me over. Curtis went wild. So I picked up, this is for today. I actually, aside from the dinner I haven't eaten much today, so I don't feel bad about demolishing this peanut butter and jelly brownie. And then I just got, I've made the cookies before because I have the cookbook, but I just got the white chocolate cookie, so really truly not that special. Curtis, on the other hand, got a chocolate fudge brownie slice of pie and a whole ass milk chocolate Bertha slice. If you don't know what Get Baked are, they are a bakery that went viral because of a like sprinkle debacle that they had. Ooh, but they're essentially known for this like 15-layer chocolate cake. I'm not gonna open it up because I think it's like, she is truly just like a monster. Yeah, there's too many layers. I remember when I ordered it online, it was like intense, but essentially this is a 4-serving chocolate cake, and he got this and caramel fudge brownie pie, and I just got my little bits. I'll save this for tomorrow and I'll have this tonight. And I do actually, it's outside because I wasn't in and it was delivered. I need to go get it. I have a Beck's Fast order as well. All of the food, I'm in my element. If you don't know who Beck's Fast are, they are a small business run by a wonderful lady who is called, you guessed it, Beck's. Gotta support the Rebeccas. And she makes overnight oat pots, which honestly are so good. They are better than any overnight oats you have ever made at home. These are my treat breakfast, so I freeze them because they're made from all natural ingredients. They don't have chemical stabilizers in them. So you have to freeze them pretty much as soon as you get them, and then I just defrost them overnight in the fridge. I will save one of these for tomorrow morning. I'll leave it out of the freezer, but the rest of them I normally have them on the mornings that I go for a run. it's like my incentive to get up and run, and I can't have it unless I actually go for a run. And then when I get to about, when I've got like 3 left in the freezer, I order a new batch. But she actually just moved house recently, so there's been a delay with the restocks, meaning that I haven't been able to get my hands on any up until this week. So I got 6 tubs this week, but I think I only got 4 different flavors. I got 2 of the coconutty ones, which are essentially like Bounty flavor. I got 2 lemon cheesecake. This is also one of my favorite flavors. 1 Bakewell Gatto, which I haven't tried. I'm excited about that one. And similarly, I got a blueberry muffin, which I haven't tried before either. So these are, like, she freezes them before she packs them, but I think they're pretty defrosted, so I'm gonna get those in the freezer, get everything else in the fridge or the freezer. And I need to update my spoiler vlog for Lady of Ashes. I'm about 55% of the way into it now, and then I'm gonna do some reading, watch some Vanderpump Rules, which is insane, I'm loving it, and do some cross stitching, and then go to bed.
To get you back, would you let me? It might take some time to change your mind. Maybe everything we can make it right. This take me back in your eyes, blinking at me like a caution light. I wonder if you see it. I don't really need a single other reason to make it mine. It might take some time to change your mind. I know. I wish I never let you go. If I took you for a top-down drive, just you and me and an empty road, maybe I can make it cross your mind. Jump back in, baby, go, go, go. Oh, I know that you've been asking about me. If I tried, though, to get you back, would you let me? Oh,
Today is the day, allegedly, that I'm going to finish Lady of Ashes. I'm 71% of the way into this now. I've read 10% this morning, and my main goal for the day is to finish this. Saying that, it is 2 p.m. It's 2 p.m. and I've only read 10% of the 40% that I had left of this book. But I took a break to send out my Patreon bookmarks. So these ones are the March and April ones. And having these packed up and ready to go makes me almost not behind anymore. So I've almost caught up with all of the stuff that ended up in a backlog by me going to China. This is the curse of being self-employed, guys. Like, typically in a traditional job, if you're traditionally employed and you take time off, then there will be somebody there to pick up at least a little bit of the slack. But for me, like, if I don't do it, it doesn't get done, which is why I don't take unplanned days off very often. If I'm taking an unplanned day off, man, I must be feeling rough, because taking a day off just makes the next day twice as hard, because all of the stuff that I didn't do in the day I took off still needs doing. It is almost time to start, well, I mean, technically it already is time to start thinking about the May bookmark if I want that to go out on time and not end up backlogged there as well. But that is a problem. Probably for next week we'll start thinking about that, because right now I do not have a video for Sunday. I have not started editing anything. I don't know what I'm putting up yet. Is it going to be the wrap up? Is it going to be this vlog? Who knows? But whichever one it is, I need to finish this book. So I'm going to read another 10%. I just feel like 10% of this book takes my entire life to read. And it's an indie fantasy romance with the writing style of a typical indie fantasy romance. So it should not be this hard. It really should not. And I know that it's partially me, at least. I know that I'm feeling slumpy because I am doing admin by choice instead of reading, because I am in a mood to like do things as opposed to sit and read. Whereas sometimes, like when I'm feeling quite drained, I don't want to do anything, I just want to read. But it's definitely like a procrastination tactic on reading. I would rather organize a spreadsheet, which I do find deeply satisfying, but it also takes me a long time to circle around to admin. So that's how you can tell that reading is not my passion right in this moment. But we're going to push through a little bit. I'll read 10%. I'll get my workout in. My aim is to have this done by the end of the day, because I am going to end up working tomorrow, putting some sort of video together, and it would just be really helpful if by the time I woke up tomorrow, I didn't have to worry about reading as well as filming and editing and all that jazz. And everything just takes me longer than I anticipated doing recently. And I just hope that this is not one of those things, because it's Fortnite Friday tonight and I have bailed on Fortnite Friday the last 2 weeks because due to feeling not great, I've been working a lot slower, which means that I've been working late on Friday nights and I've had to cancel. So I need to play Fortnite tonight. Otherwise my friends are going to think that there's something like seriously wrong with me, which I mean, is there? Who knows? Which means I need to get a wriggle on with this. And I'm also just addicted to Vanderpump Rules and cross stitching. That's all I want to do. Never mind the fact that if I am cross stitching, I should be listening to my audiobook of Wheel of Time, which, just to give you an update on that while we're here, I mean, why not? I listened to some while I was packing my bookmarks. So I'm very almost up to chapter 10. I've got like on 2x speed, I've got 2 minutes left of chapter 9. So that is still, the live show is a week on Sunday and I've got 15 hours, 46 minutes left. That's more than 2 hours a day. No, it's not. How many days is there? Not including today. That's 2 hours. That's 2 hours a day. Oh no. Looks like I'm really going to be getting into that cross stitch then. So if we say that I am at chapter 10, because I pretty much am. Page 244 out of 1,000. So obviously I've got a long way to go and I don't have a lot of time to do it in, but I'm further along than I anticipated. So swings and roundabouts.
We've got these dividers. We've got a law tracker. Jafar. We've got some pretty golden red dice.
Oh, they're nice.
We've got 8 packs of Reign of Jafar. We've got Humble, Jafar, Mini, Humble, Jafar, Mini, Jafar, and Mini.
And I have Jafar and Mini.
There we go. We've even got an advertisement. Oh, it's a puzzle piece. Hey, we got Tramp. Can you see? Is this good? Got Tramp. We got Rhino.
Ooh.
Don't know where she's from. Character from Big
Hero
Hero
6.
Wreck-It.
Yeah, Wreck-It Ralph. Mulan?
Potentially Mulan.
Oh, I know her, but I can't remember
We
who
got
she
a
is.
Patch.
Oh, Patch.
We got somebody. We got a rare Stitch. And a super rare Perdita.
Ooh, Perdita. Looks like we're getting an upgrade on the puppy
Well,
deck.
Abu.
I'm gonna go for this one. And let's have a look. So we have He Who Steals and Runs Away. Action. Dewey. Oh, that's Dewey, Huey, and Louie, right? One of
From,
Donald Duck's nephews.
DuckTales.
Another Elena. Wasabi, that's Big Hero 6 as well. Lafayette. Oh, he's Lady and the Tramp, I think. Oh god, she could be anyone. Oh, is she not Rapunzel's mom?
Oh. Queen of Corona.
LeFou.
That duck lady.
Is that? Oh, yeah.
Fired.
I don't know what that is.
Is that not Big Hero 6?
Maybe. It's an expensive card.
So, hey,
Hey,
super rare
Jasmine. Oh, she reveals cards. And then a foiled Dodo. So I finished my book. It's a me miracle. Not only did I finish my book, I finished my book on the day that I said I was going to, because what actually often happens is that I will say, oh, I'm going to finish this book tonight, but I don't. I finish it the morning of the day that it literally has to be done. Like, I never ever finish books on time when I say I'm going to. And I did. I did end up going to sleep at 1 a.m, but I did finish my book. And my God, was the end of this one a roller coaster ride. I am honestly very annoyed. I'm very annoyed because the last 15% of this book was fire. Like, it was so good. We had some epic battle scenes that were like kind of cinematic. We had plot twists, reveals, betrayals left, right, and center, some shocking plot developments. And I'm like, where was all of this good stuff through the 60% of this book that I slogged through that irritated me to no end? And this is like a negative towards the end, but it's just more like of a, I guess, a criticism of the focus of this book, because at the end, like, the main character is going along doing all of this stuff, but we're not seeing her do it. We're seeing people's reactions to her doing it, and it kind of plays off across the last like 2 chapters. And it's like, this would have been so cool to see. Like, why was I focusing on the main characters just repeating the same romantic catchphrases back and forth for like half of this book, when we could have been focusing on all of this cool shit instead? So I am a little bit bitter about this one, if I'm being honest. I can't remember if I gave book 1 3 or 4. I definitely gave book 2 3 stars, and I've once again given book 3 3 stars. I do kind of want to give it a 3.5 because the last 15% was epic, but that doesn't for me make up for the fact that the first half of this book was like a struggle. And I know that part of it is me because I have been feeling slumpy 100%. We've talked about it a lot on this vlog, and I've also been feeling grumpy. But I don't feel like it is solely me, because I had the capacity to enjoy the end of the book. The beginning of the book was a wash. I was not a fan. So yeah, I'm annoyed that the end of this book had the audacity to be so good after I slogged through the first half of it. But the good thing about the end being really good is that it has now given me the hope that I need to continue on into book 4, which I was going to anyway because this is my Patreon book club book. We do like fantasy romance read-alongs, similarly to how for Catch Up Book Club we do epic fantasy read-alongs. So I was going to continue and finish the series regardless. I've only ever DNF'd one series because that was just a slog and I just could not do it. It was the Blood Mercy series by Vila Roth. I read the first 2 books and I could not make it to the 3rd, but I was definitely going to continue. But I'm very stubborn. I don't know if you've noticed. I'm stubborn and I drag my feet on things, and I can be the queen of procrastination when I don't want to do something, and it can be really frustrating for me because I feel like I'm fighting against myself. Like I need to do this thing but I don't want to do it, so I'll just procrastinate into eternity. And I didn't want to feel like that about book 4. So thankfully, the end of this book has left it on a higher note where I am not dreading going into book 4. So I'm hopefully not going to drag my feet on picking book 4 up. That's a positive at least, but I am a little bit disappointed about this one. I still feel like we're just recycling Sarah J Maas plot points as well throughout this series, although there are some like kind of newer elements come into play. But then I feel like we're getting a little bit of Crescent City in here now as well. So we had Throne of Glass in book 1, which, I mean, all of these things continue. Then there's A Court of Mist and Fury in book 2, and then this one felt like Queen of Shadows in the Throne of Glass series, but also had some of the plot lines that we start to discover about the Crescent City series and like House of Sky and Breath. A lot of Sarah J Maas in here, but then the new points that were introduced, I just don't feel like were established in a way where I actually understood what was going on. There were various points throughout this book where I was like, I don't understand what is happening and why, which also isn't ideal when we're talking about fantasy romance. So I'm disappointed because a lot of people really hyped this series up. Granted, they did not say like, oh my god, it's the best series ever. It was more like, it's really good, but it has its flaws. And I definitely understand how it can be compulsively readable. However, not the first half of this book. The first half of this book was like wading through sludge for me, which is unfortunate because I'm always looking for a new fantasy romance series to help me regain hope in the genre. If you haven't checked out the Romancy Rundown, I know I mention it in literally every video because I've done it recently, but also it took up a lot of my time. I have been feeling disheartened with fantasy romance recently, and I actually saw a video. I didn't watch it. I haven't watched it yet. I am going to. I think it's from Sam from Thoughts on Tomes, and it's about how books aren't being edited anymore, and that's why they're terrible, because editors aren't editing. And I read the traditionally published version of Lady of Ashes, so it's been re-released, trad-pubbed in the UK, and one of the kingdoms of this world is called Avonlea, and towards the end of the book I found somewhere where it had been misspelled. I'm like, how are editors missing this? Are editors even editors anymore, or are they just like random people off the street? Because the books are not being edited. But anyway, that does bring us to the end of this vlog. I have a lot of editing to do today. I'm working this Saturday, and I have to like be efficient though, because I'm also going to roller disco tonight for the first time since before I went to China, and I'm very excited about that, and I don't want to be stressed about work when I'm going roller skating. So we're going to be wrapping it up here. Once again, a big thank you to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this one, and do not forget to go ahead, click on the link in my description box and check out Ana Luisa for yourself if you want to pick up something new and sparkly for either yourself or a friend. The next vlog that you guys are going to see on my channel is Shelf It or Scrap It episode 16, which amidst my editing today I need to set up for, because we're doing like, obviously every episode has a theme. This one it's essentially double or nothing. Like the stakes are high in this one, so I'm a little bit nervous to see how that plays out, but I'm also really excited to film it because when I'm feeling slumpy, a bit of spontaneity in my reading really helps. So keep your eyes peeled for that if you are interested. It shouldn't be too long. You shouldn't be waiting too long for this episode. But aside from that, guys, I do hope you've enjoyed this vlog if you've made it this far. Sorry that I was a mess. This vlog was a mess, but I was a mess. And this is real life, guys. I'm sorry. Sometimes I hate everything and I want to stay in bed. And sometimes, like, I feel like at the beginning of this vlog, the very first clip, and now I am just such a different person to the middle of this vlog. And if you wanted to know what PMDD is like, this is it. Like, you don't even recognize the person you were like 3 days ago. So that's where we are. But yeah, I am gonna go. So I do hope you've enjoyed this vlog. If you made it this far, if you have, please don't forget to like if you liked it and subscribe if you wanna. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Oh, you bite your friend like chocolate. You say you will go where nobody knows, with guns hidden under our petticoats. We're never gonna quit it, no, we're never gonna quit it, no.